I think we've got a good one today. The original Star Wars actors, people who were involved in the original trilogy, 1977 through 1983, should always be looked up on, honored, and revered. And recently, we got to see Anthony Daniels in the Ahsoka series, in Ahsoka Episode 7, and he is being honored and revered. Maybe not as much as he needs to be, but his comments are very good. Let's see exactly what Tony Daniels had to say.
Echo 3 to Echo 7. Mono, buddy. Echo Station 3PA.
This is coming to us today from comicbook.com. Star Wars Original Trilogy star breaks silence on Ahsoka cameo. Anthony Daniels reacts to his C3PO return. And the article says the penultimate episode of Star Wars Ahsoka's first season was released on Disney Plus this week, and it featured some exciting cameos. If you forgot what penultimate means, it's the episode before the finale. Not only did Hayden Christensen return as Anakin Skywalker once again, but an original member of the Star Wars cast made an unexpected appearance. When Hera Syndulla, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, finds herself in a military tribunal, she is rescued by C3PO, played by Anthony Daniels, who comes to her aid on behalf of Princess Leia. I was wanting to see Princess Leia. As a matter of fact, I've been calling for it in the Ahsoka series. Dave Filoni, please. It's 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Please give us Luke, Han, and Leia. I know that, you're going to have to use some deep fake technology. I'm not in favor of a recast at this point, but, get that done. Well, he did the next best thing. He brought in C3PO, and it wasn't just somebody else. It was Anthony Daniels, the man himself. And that, I gotta say, it's more than a member berry. That was a win for Star Wars in my book. C3PO submits evidence that Leia approved Hera's mission to try and save Ahsoka and Sabine. Of course, Daniels has played C3PO in various projects, starting with the original trilogy films back in 1977. Today, Daniels took to Twitter to break his silence on the cameo. And he said, and you can see the tweet right here. I was so pleased to shine briefly in the iconic Ahsoka. Had such a perfect time with the lovely cast and crew on set in the amazing volume. And now, so touched by the kind comments from viewers who appreciated 3PO being there for the beloved princess. Thank you, everyone. As I read his tweet, it makes me think back to when Mark Hamill first showed up in The Mandalorian in Chapter 16, and the tweets that he set out. And they were very heartfelt and they were filled with gratitude. And what I hope is that Star Wars does this more. Lucasfilm does this more as time goes on to the people of the past, the revered. Do it for the prequel people as well. You definitely did it with Hayden Christensen. And look, here's the thing. Hayden's still a young guy. We want him more. Do more. I would totally be in favor of a Hayden Christensen Clone Wars live action series. Go. Do it. I'm definitely a proponent of that, but it's just great when we see the actors who are from the past, from George Lucas Star Wars, and they are being honored and they show this gratitude to the fans. I gotta tell you, it just fills my little Star Wars heart up to the brim when Tony Daniels, whom we've met at multiple conferences, conventions, when he shows that gratitude and he's given that opportunity to be there. It definitely is a puzzle piece that needed to take place in the current, iteration of Star Wars, no doubt. Back in 2020, Anthony Daniels said, I would like to appear in all of them, talking about all of the Disney Plus animated series. In all the new shows, I would like to appear in The Mandalorian. Dave Filoni should be listening to us now. That was Tony Daniels 3 years ago. Took Dave Filoni 3 years, but here he is. In another chat with Cinema Blend, Daniels revealed that he has no plans to retire from the role. No, I'm never going to retire, Daniel said bluntly. They're going to have to throw me out the door. Life is not over. The films, maybe taking a back seat for 3PO for a very, very long time, I would think. But there's all sorts of other media, particularly now with digital formats, that I'm so happy and grateful and proud to be a part of. Good story. I wish that Kenny Baker had that opportunity. And, he passed. I wish that Peter Mayhew had more of that opportunity. He got it a little bit, but we're in a time where we're losing. The sand in the hourglass is running out for our original trilogy stars and family. Revere them now before it's too late, and do the same thing for our prequel people. And that's what Star Wars to me is all about. Tie all those loose threads together, honor those people from the past, because gotta tell you, you can't get more Star Wars than George Lucas's 1977 to 83. That is Star Wars. Thank you guys for being an Echo Base Network. You are Echo Base Network. We'll see you guys on the next one.